am going to show you one new program, that is a program on a Fibonacci series. Now in this particular Fibonacci series, what you will see that there is a sequence of an integer number. Okay, so integer numbers are there from which will going to have a term from 0 to the n number of times. So you can execute that particular process by doing the two process of execution. First and foremost, you have to define that variable values, and secondly you have to do the addition of the word. Okay, so in this Fibonacci series you can go to that particular, this means you can say that n number of term is the sum of n minus 1th and n minus 2 number of term. That means up to that much the process will execute and you will going to get it. Now let's see, this is a program of an Fibonacci series. Let us run the program. See here, in this particular program, now how many terms, it has asked how many terms. Suppose I have given here 20 terms. Okay, so let's give enter. Now see what the work is doing. Fibonacci series, that means the series where the first two variable is been initialized. Okay, now how you will going to initialize? So nth term means input, that means that is the input is taken from the user. How many number of times the particular loop will going to run. Okay, so this is the number of term, how many number of terms the loop will going to run. So in this particular part you will find that it is an input. What is I have taken here? N terms. So input, integer input, how many terms you need to run the loop. Now first what I said, you have to initialize the first two value. They are the constant value, they will not going to change. So n1 comma n2 equals to 0 comma 1. So in this way also you can initialize, or you can initialize n1 equals to 0, n2 equals to 1. Better you can initialize in this way, so that your space saving and time saving matter will be there. Now why this is a small program, so there is no such particular pattern of obstruction. But when the program will be bigger one, when you will find you will have a big program, that time in this way declaration, this is one new way of declaration I am showing to you. So in this way declaration, what you will going to find that you will going to save your work and your different types of burdening on the program. So program will also become small. Next what I have done, I have put it count equals to 0. That means initialize the value of count equals to 0. So two things has been done. One thing that n1 and n2 has been initialized as 0 and 1, and count value has been declared as 0. Now what you have done it, I have done it here, if checking the term, if n term less than equals to 0, if it is 0, okay, so what it will print? Please enter the positive integer. That means if you enter the negative integer, suppose minus 5, minus 2, minus 3, all these things if you have input, then it will going to say you that this is the term. What you find it, that in this particular phase, in this particular scenario, your work will going to be executed. Okay, that means it will ask you to input the positive number. After that what you find, else. I have said you that else if condition. So here I have used the multiple else if condition. Else if, so n term equals to 1. If it is equals to 1, what will happen? Print Fibonacci sequence up to the nth number of term. That means if it is tallying the process, then it will going to print it for the n number of times. Okay, now to print it n number of times, what? N1. Else if it is not so, then what it will do? Fibonacci sequence. Now you are coming to the particular section of work. What is the word? While count is less than n term, till it will run the count is less than equals to n term. If you give 1, then it will print 1, and that many time it will be 0 and 1, it will going to stop. So if you are printing for the n number of time, what you are going to find it, that nth equals to n1 plus n2. So update the values. How to update? That n1 equals to n2 n2 equals to nth number of terms.